Oh, YouTube. Good morning, America. Good morning, people that love your freedom. So, people say and they judge that if you don't have a house, you don't have all this glam and glitz and whatever, all this fancy crap, that you're broke, you're poor. Am I broke? See, being broke is a state of mind. See, it's actually funny. You have a house, you have RVs, you have all this stuff. Your side by sides, your all the toys you want, the gold teeth, whatever, the chains. What did you have to sign to get all that stuff? A contract. When in actuality, somebody like me that pays cash for everything isn't owned by nobody. I ain't owned by a contract. I mean, yeah, I live in an RV park, but that's no contract signed. That's just hand over a little bit of cash every month and you're good. Okay, cool. Everything I buy, I try to buy, I pay cash for. I don't get loans. I don't deal with the world banking systems. I don't even pay taxes because I'm living on disability for one thing. But also my income, I would never report it to the government. Never. As soon as you report it, guess what? They got paper trail on you. They got that evidence against you. Wow. See, actuality, I don't even think cars should be registered. I don't think trucks or vehicles should be registered. Because then they got something against you. Something to hold against you. And my opinion is you don't let government ever have anything against you. Or the world banking system. See, all this is going to collapse. The financial system. Because all those African countries are pulling the gold out of America. You know, the gold holdings that we're supposed to be holding for the world. Yeah, they're pulling it out because the American dollar is collapsing. So, actuality, all this stuff is going to collapse. And when it does, people like me that's paid cash, that's not in debt for anything, the people that don't owe the bank anything, are going to be the ones that are going to sit back and go, well, been telling you, more loans you get, the more enslaved you are. You're a slave to the system. You're under contract. You're a slave. That's like somebody was talking about Uber, how Uber takes 60 to 70% of the cost for the ride. Well, it's all cab companies do that. They enslave their drivers because their drivers never make any money. Oh no, the cab companies are making them. Same thing with limo companies. Limo companies are doing the same thing. It's all about, hey, I'm gonna allow you to work for me, and I'm gonna take my 70%, 80%. You're gonna get what little bit's left. All right, and then they put the cost of the cars and all that stuff on you. You know, the maintenance, the everything. Uber doesn't pay for the maintenance. Wow. Lyft is the same thing, just different title. So, actuality, you've got every company around the world that is owned by BlackRock, Vanguard, or whoever actually does the same thing. They're working towards that new world order, that one world government, one world economic system, one world health system. Everybody says, well, if it just works, no, it's going to be a communist socialist government. That means if your life is deemed not productive or not necessary, they can come in and arrest you. They can come in and destroy you. They can write anything they want on the internet and they can destroy you. Heck, China has now these posts on the streets. If you're jaywalking, it's called the shame post. They shame you. And they take money out of your digital wallet. So actuality, they're stealing from you. They're right there without no court, no nothing. They just take it, the money. No question of that. Government just takes your money. That's what they're working towards. If you look at China, that's exactly what they're working towards. They want to be able to do facial recognition. They want to do everything. They want to know what you're doing 24/7. Heck, there was a story yesterday. Cops come along and they come out. The court said, well, what's in plain sight? Kind of plain sight doctrine. Hey, they can do it. So, because they stretch the word search. The government and the law enforcement will stretch everything. They'll stretch that word. They'll do all kinds of stuff to manipulate the system. Well, they put on the poles, utility poles, in 3 positions on this guy's house. And they, for, 18 months, I think it was, they surveilled him. And they pretty much was stalking him. They come to find out there was drugs coming. Of course, if you're a criminal, I guess you're begging for everything like this to happen, I guess. But they eventually got him for drugs and everything else. Well, he tried to fight it. And the judge said, hey, no, that wasn't technically a search. That's just, on every poll in America, of course, rural places like this, you don't see it so much because the budget out here ain't that great. But in these big cities, you see cameras. Traffic lights, you see cameras. You see all this stuff. It's for facial recognition. It's for knowing who's doing what. And I'm telling you, this is what they're working towards. I actually like the fact that I live small town nothing, because I can walk around to the telephone poles and I can look and see no cameras. we have a blinking stoplight, not even a real stoplight. Good, that's the way I want it. Out here, small town America, love it, because we don't have the problems of the big cities. And we're sitting here saying, hey, people need to get away from the big cities, New York and all that. Dallas, Houston, Austin, whatever. See, everybody's so congested in these areas, these big areas, that, yeah, the government wants to control those big areas. And I've said this before talking to people. If you take a map, lay it down, of Dallas, let's say Dallas, Fort Worth, or even Indianapolis, or wherever, and you actually look at it, take a minute and just stare at it. And look at those big cities. What do you notice? Even San Antonio does it. What do you notice? There is a circle around each city. It's called a bypass road. What does that look like to you? One big prison camp? It does to me. They could go through, put the military on those roads, and you can't leave, enter, or do anything without permission. What is it about fishing, hunting, and everything? You got to have permission from the government. How much do fishing licenses cost? Because you're trying to get permission, pay to have permission to fish. Go look up the cost of fishing license. I can't afford it right now because it keeps going up. Imagine that. Hunting license, same thing. Why do you think I hunt game that's just open season? If I do hunt, wild pigs, invasive species, because I don't need a license for those. You see them, you shoot them. Go get permission from the farmers. Hey, you got pig problem? Let's go. I'll go out there and I'll hunt them down for you. No problem. They want you to have permission to do anything. Drive your car. They want you to get permission to do anything. They want to know exactly what you're doing. And I'm telling you, if you're into the bank system, you're already in their system. If you're into the government system, you're in their system. I don't want to pay taxes. I don't want to have to go to the government and get permission to do anything. Because my constitutional rights and my freedom says that we have that freedom. Freedom to travel in our private property. Freedom to say whatever we want. For First Amendment, if you look at the First Amendment, I'm telling you, it's actuality there for a reason, because that holds our government accountable. Look at the 5 parts of the First Amendment. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of press, freedom to hold grievances against our government, freedom to peacefully protest. And we're not talking about the protesting like pro-Palestine, Antifa, blow in the wind puppets. Those people that are nothing but puppets. We're not talking about those. No. We're talking about peacefully protesting, standing outside the government building, recording, holding a sign, and peacefully saying what needs to be said. Freedom of Information Act. I've talked about that a lot on my channel. Public records should be exactly that. It should be public records. It should be free. Because it belongs to us anyways. The people. It doesn't belong to the government. Those mayor homes, or the, like governor homes, you always have the governor homes, or you have the White House, for the president or whatever. Those are ours, man. They belong to the people. They don't belong to we allow them to live in. I'm telling you, those belong to us, the people. Ain't that amazing? Our taxes pay for that. The money that you're paying out to this New World Order. The money that they're stealing through insurance and everything else, all these Ponzi schemes. Wow. The military-industrial complex would not survive without our money. And I'm telling you, the military-industrial complex is tied into all these corporations. And if you don't think it is, well, you better be checking it out, because it actually is. Our military doesn't work without all the equipment made and designed and built by the military-industrial complex. Our taxes pays for that. Think about it. Ain't that amazing how that works? There's people that don't understand that semi-trucks bring everything you own. On a semi-truck, on a ship, on a train, on a plane, on, everywhere. They don't understand. See, the education system of America is teaching our people to bully each other, to destroy each other. Because I'm telling you, That's what they want. They want a forever war. They want us to destroy each other. They want us to look at the people that don't have a lot and destroy them because, you know, they're homeless or whatever. They want us to be fighting amongst each other because of skin color or religion or whatever. They want us fighting. They make money when we fight. They make money on the evil that they do. When you look at these musicians and these Hollywood stars that are living in these big fancy houses, the one question comes to my mind: what did they give up? What did they sacrifice? Because they'll talk about it. They'll talk about it a lot. You know, if I sign this contract, I have to sacrifice my family, have to sacrifice my children, have to sacrifice my soul. Huh. It's funny because, you know, they talk about sacrificing their soul, but you remember that the devil does not own your soul. Hey! But yeah, I'm telling you, if you ain't paying attention, they're gonna steal you. Steal your soul, steal your very being. Because they're gonna get you under contract. And those contracts is the way they enslave you. Our government is falling apart. I don't care how many people, how many channels you see talking about the same thing over and over and over. We're trying to wake you up. There are so many channels that are trying to wake you up. On Instagram, on Twitter, on X. I'm on X. We're trying to wake you up. Come on. That we're trying to get you to understand that this way of life is not going to last forever. Let's go. Come on, Jack. Come on. Leave it. Come on. But I'm telling you, this is what they want. They want to destroy America. They want to destroy the money. The Bitcoin system was a money dump. It's a money dump. They think they print money. The banking system thinks that they print money. They own money. They can make money out of it. They can just dump it. The banking system thinks that they control everything. They have been caught in interviews and everything else saying that yes, we print money. We dump money into the system. And when we dump money into the system, that's going to crash the system. They know exactly what they're doing. They're crashing the system. Because with Bitcoin and all these other fake money, you know, everybody's like, oh, if you have Bitcoin, you could be making tons of money. Is it real money? Is it tangible? Is it gold? Is it silver? Is it something you can put in your house or hide and you can have for yourself, and if you need it, you can spend it? No, it's not. It's on your computer. It's on your cell phone. It's called a Ponzi scheme. You're putting money into it for just if, what if, but you really get nothing out of it. So, they're dumping this money, George Soros and the Collins family and Rothschilds, and yeah, look up the Collins or the Columbia. Look into Columbus or Columbia or Collins. Look into all these different families, these Jewish families, or these Italian families that have all this money or whatever. They know exactly what they're doing. They're going to crash the system. They want the system to crash so they can reboot it themselves. They can come along with this new world order and they can say, hey, we're going to reset the system. Because they call it the Great Reset for a reason. They're going to reset it. And when they reset it, they're going to put their communist, socialist, dictatorship, God-like, this wannabe God mentality into the system. There's only one God. They can't be God, and it pisses them off. They can't beat Jesus, and they know it. See, the devil himself can't beat Jesus. You see all these demons running around right now. And I've talked about this, all the signs of the Bible that the Bible speaks about, it's all happening. The Bible is accurate. The system's going to crash. There's going to be people that ain't going to know what to do when the system crashes, and what are they going to do? They're going to jump, they're going to commit suicide. They're going to jump from they're going to unalive themselves by jumping from buildings or other means. Because they ain't going to know how to survive, and they know they don't know how to survive. The system that they live in will destroy them. Think about that. The system that they have worked so hard and spent their whole life working to build will destroy them. That means their system is based on nothing. It's based on bullshit, basically. So y'all better get educating yourself on survival with nothing. Because there's so much stuff in this world just sitting around. You could survive for hundreds of years, thousands of years, without spending a dime. Because it's just sitting around, it's laying around. See, God provides. God allows people to throw stuff away, and then it comes to you, and guess what? He'll provide for you. God feeds the birds. Aren't you greater than the birds? God feeds the squirrels. Aren't you greater than the squirrels? Heck, your dog, your loyal companion, he takes care of him. You take care of him, but God would take care of him too. So why wouldn't he take care of you? In this system, we need to understand that the system is based on a satanic, pedophilia, Romanistic society, or a paganistic society that is going to fall apart. But y'all stay blessed. Have a good day. God bless. Prayers with America, that they get educated and wake up. Have a good day.